GameStop just posted second quarter 2025 results, and it is one of the best quarters that they've ever had. On this video, we'll do a fundamental analysis up to the most recent quarter. We'll check out year-over-year growth and specifically how GameStop has improved over the past couple quarters, but the stock has stayed flat. So after releasing quarter two, we had a little jump from the $22 where it's been stuck at in that range. From June 13th until about the quarter two earnings, the stock has literally done nothing. Let's see if this thing can hold around these levels. Now at a $10.9 billion market cap, $24.37, it is slowly creeping up. Can this thing hold? Can GameStop hold? Let's go ahead and check out some of these fundamentals. Coming in at $972 million for the period, compared to $798 million in quarter two of 2024. Let's go ahead and pull in the chart and look at the year-over-year growth. As you can see, this is the latest quarter on the P line right here, $972 million versus $798. That is up 21% year over year. This is the first quarter that GameStop has posted positive year-over-year growth. As you can see in the previous 7 quarters, total revenue has been declining year over year. They are shutting down their stores that are unprofitable, ones where they're losing a lot of money and aren't contributing to the top line. While they turn things around, the GameStop turnaround is here. Ryan Cohen has been cooking. Check out earnings per share. Have you seen numbers like these? They posted 38 cents versus 0.04. That is up 850%. 850% year over year. We currently have 2 consecutive quarters of triple-digit earnings per share growth, 11 consecutive quarters of year-over-year earnings per share growth. Just look at these numbers that they've been posting, up 500%, 500%, 38, 190, now 850% respectively. They are cleaning up this income statement. Go down to profit margins, guys. Profit margins have been steadily hovering around 20% to 27%. We are now consistently moving up towards 29% to the 30% range. Improvement in GameStop's financial statements is here. Net income was $168 million for the period, compared to net income of $14.8 million. This is excluding unrealized gain on digital assets. This is their Bitcoin investment that they made earlier this year. They are up on that, but this is excluding that gain. Net income, $168 million versus $14.8 million. That is up 1,035% year over year. These numbers are insane. That is literally the best year-over-year growth that they've ever posted as a public company, I believe. The previous 4 quarters before that, we've seen year-over-year net income grow in the triple digits. Now we're up over 1,035%. So when you go back around 2023 levels and 2024 levels, I'll just highlight it yellow real quick. You could see that net income for GameStop, they were a struggling retailer, was pretty much all negatives. But as we move into 2025, they have cleaned up and have improved immensely. 5 consecutive quarters of positive net income growth year over year. This is insane. This number right here is just 168 million. That's insane. Those are some crazy numbers. And lastly, let's go ahead and go to the statement of cash flows, free cash flow per share, and cash flow from operations. Latest quarter posting 117 million. That is up 70% year over year. On the free cash flow per share, posting 37 cents, that is up 117% year over year. Remember, stock price of a company will usually follow free cash flow per share, so we would like to see an improvement in the statement of cash flows. Free cash flow per share is the livelihood of a company. They have posted 5 consecutive quarters of free cash flow per share growth. They are bringing in the money. I mean, just look at some of these numbers right here year over year. The growth rates are insane. The turnaround is here. The turnaround is here. Any other public company posting these type of numbers would be skyrocketing right now. But we all know what's happening with GameStop. Only up about 12-13% after posting these incredible numbers. Come on. Come on. How long can the shorts keep shorting this company? GameStop does have a plan. And if you haven't been following and you live under a rock, they just announced a dividend of warrants to shareholders. We'll do a full video on this. But basically, same with the convertible note offerings and how they raise so much cash. GameStop has created a floor, raised a bunch of cash, and it looks like the shorts have been stuck on those levels, and now they have a way to attack them back. This new dividend of warrants to shareholders, which we'll make a whole nother video on this, explaining some of the possibilities that could happen with this. GameStop was one of the greatest shows of all time, and it still continues to be one of the greatest shows of all time. And lastly, let's just go over their cash and the balance sheet. Look at the floor that they created. Cash, cash equivalents, and marketable securities were $8.7 billion. $8.7 billion at the close of the second quarter compared to $4.2 billion They're sitting on $8.7 billion in cash, double the amount from last year. Go back all the way to 2020, 2021. They were holding $500 million in cash. They have $8.7 billion now. $8.7 billion in cash, ready to deploy, ready to make an acquisition, ready to do something, but they are waiting for the market to tank, and then they'll make their move. Again, if you've watched my other videos, I talk about how this is one of the safest stocks you could buy out there. This is the floor I was talking about with the $8.7 billion of cash they have. Plus, don't forget, plus the unrealized gain on the digital assets. It's the Bitcoin holding that they have, $528 million at the close of the second quarter. They have about $9.3 billion in cash with a market cap of $10.9 billion. Let's just do some quick numbers real quick. Let's just say 8.7 plus the $500 million in Bitcoin, $9.2 billion. Plus you add in their inventory. That'll push it up to $9.7 billion. Plus you add in their other current assets. Let's just add another $200 million. We're currently at $9.9 billion. And let's just add in the gross property, plant, and equipment, some of the real estate that they own. They have over $1 billion in real estate. So $9.9 billion plus the real estate will give us around $10.9 billion. This is the floor I was talking about. $10.9 billion. The stock is selling at the floor. Their stock is pretty much selling at the floor of liquidation value. This is how GameStop has trapped the shorts by creating a floor, by increasing that cash position, by buying Bitcoin, just by assets and increasing that liquidation value for GameStop. This goes back to old economy assets like the net that Benjamin Graham, Warren Buffett talk about. So if you just take the liquidation value of the company, they're pretty much selling at that price, $10.9 billion, just by adding up all their assets. Okay, I know there are people out there that won't agree because of the long-term debt they have. So if you go down to long-term debt, they're currently sitting at $4.1 billion in long-term debt. And yes, you could argue that they don't really have this much cash because they hold all this debt and they're just going to keep diluting shareholders. Yes, I see the argument. You're right. I get it. But this debt has 0% interest rates. Those convertible notes that they raised was free money given to GameStop. And they're just letting it sit on a balance sheet. They could just put that money and let it sit on more Bitcoin. They could just put that thing in treasury assets that are yielding 5% and they can make money off that. But pretty much all this debt, this $4 billion in debt, has 0% interest rates. Go to the income statement. Interest expense? No interest expenses, guys. So yes, there's some people out there that are saying there's a lot of debt, blah, blah, blah. But there's no interest rates. It's free money that GameStop has ready to get deployed. They're waiting for the market to drop. Just think about how this is already at the floor. This is the bottom for GameStop. The liquidation value is equal to the amount of cash they have, plus Bitcoin, plus their real estate, plus some assets, their receivables. Just look at this chart from 2022. The pressure building up is so immense in GameStop that they are shorting it out of desperation. What if they just stack another $9 billion? What if they raise more convertible debt and continue to roll out more revenue streams, continue to improve the business? How long can they keep the price at $22? Again, we'll make a separate video on dividend of warrants to shareholders. I think this is a way to attack the shorts. The entire market is over leveraged right now and prone to a market crash. So if we are currently in that environment where the economy is about to slow down, GameStop is in the perfect position, and it's the perfect stock to be investing in because it has already sold off. And so to sum it up, huge improvements in the income statement. Cash is sitting at all-time highs. Bitcoin holdings, real estate, cash flow has improved year over year. I mean, just look at the annual on the cash flow. Trailing 12-month, $496 million cash flow from operations. That is the highest cash flow from operations that they have posted since February of 2018. Ryan Cohen has been doing some work. Any other company that would have posted these type of numbers would have skyrocketed over 50 to 100%. How long can they keep this thing down? Anyways, just a quick update on the quarter two earnings of the latest GameStop report. Let me know what you guys think. Are you a holder of GameStop or have you lost faith? If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.